Hey girls, how are you doing? It's a gorgeous day out. You'll probably hear the birds in the background. My name's Dave. This is a pennant racing video. Although this is also going to go out over Best Dual Sport bikes. And the title of the video was Are Gypsies Putting Together KTMs? Now, the build quality's just gone to absolute crap. So you just wonder really who cares about them, if anybody, and who's putting them together. And that's one of the reasons that I'm sitting next to my new 25 TM 300. We will get to at the end of the video. Okay, so this latest debacle is all about the crank seals. Now all of a sudden, there's a lot of problems involving the crank seals. And on the last video, on the pennant, it was about how important the crankcase pressure sensor was and the pressure in the cylinder. Now with the problem with the crank seals, it's losing pressure if they're leaking, and when that happens, then of course we went through it, that the pressure in the cylinder is off. It goes outside the parameters of the crankcase pressure sensor. The ECU doesn't know what to do, goes into default mode, and gets on the rich side of things, possibly even on the lean side of things, which way, depending on which way it fluctuates. Now I want you to look at this first picture. This dude was chasing some issues. It just wasn't running right. Brand new bike. Was trying to build something to race. Pretty smart with the stuff. Had some questions. I said, you know, you really need to get in there and check that leak down on the thing. So I built himself a little kit, checked the pressure. It would not hold pressure. Sounded like it was coming out in the engine. So took the flywheel off. It was coming out from the crank seal. And he said, is this normal? And I said, well, it's not even in straight. So he sent this pic. It was coming out from between the case and the crank seal, or the bottom of the crank seal. Here, look at this picture. On the very bottom of it, you can see that it's getting slightly discolored already. You know, and some dummy's going to go, well, that's just the way it is when they put the coating on them. Well, dummy, that could be, but you can't deny the fact that it was bubbles were coming out of that area. You can also notice that it's in crooked. The top of the seal up here is sticking out past the case, and the bottom of the seal is inside the case. So take a good look at this pic. That ain't good, is it? Gypsies. Another one was doing some racing. Mega explosion on the thing. Lost it all. Top end, whole lot. Anyhow, 19 hours, and here's his crank seal. Full explosion. And it wasn't from the top end parts going down there and blowing apart. They would have been two separate things. It looked like the crank seal went first, and then he seized up, and then it just went past that. Okay, now this last pic is my bike. And that video I made, where did my power go? Well, here's one of the two culprits. Look at my crank seal. Leaking like a son of a bitch. Yep, all around the outside. You can see all the spew coming all around the outside of the thing. Again, when you look at it, it's in there crooked. So, not a good sign. I'd never messed with it. Everything was fine before. But all of a sudden, it's taking a crud. When it's in there, one, it should be in straight, but two, the lip of the thing should be in past the crankcase, at least a millimeter. Then that thing should really be in there straight. It can be in all the way about 3 millimeters in, all the way up to butting up against the inside race of the main bearing, if you want. Anyhow, hey, now you know. It's another thing to watch out for. Well, TMs, huh? So, my friend and his friend are the new importers for America. They're all just coming in. I have them. I am going to resell them because it's a fantastic bike. It's going to be on the website, thetmdude.com. It's going to be a whole little community. Personally, I'm specializing in the 300s, 2 strokes and 4 strokes. I'm going to leave it at that. They'll sell everything. I'm not going to get outside the 300s because I like those the best. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and keep this stuff in mind.